Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new game called Kapital, Sparks of Revolution. This is a game that's developed by Lapovich team, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and published by 1C Entertainment. The game comes out on April 28th and is kind of a city management game, I believe. Basically, the premise is you're the mayor of a capital town or whatnot going through social unrest, and you have to balance the needs of the nobles, the bourgeoisie, so the middle class, and the workers or the proletariat against each other to ensure a harmonious city and hope that folks don't break out into revolution or other things like that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to check this game out. Like I said, it does come out on the 28th, so in just a couple of days, and let's jump in. So as we come in here, there's a sandbox mode of the game, and there is also a campaign mode. The sandbox, it looks like you just choose sort of population starting size, resources. Really simple here. It just looks like low, medium, high, and I'm guessing then you just jump in. Yeah, so it looks like at that point you just jump in. There is also a campaign, which the game allows you to play through, which I'm assuming is more of like a series of missions and challenges and whatnot. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. But yeah, you can see here high starting resources, but it looks like the town starts from scratch and is largely run down here. So let's just go back into the campaign because I'd rather play that. So let's go ahead and jump back to the main screen. We're going to play the campaign game. We're going to set normal difficulty, and we'll see how things play out. Kapital Sparks of Revolution is a game about crisis and permanent conflict in human society. You will run out of vital resources in times you need them the most. People will protest and riot despite your best efforts to help them. Not everyone will survive. You'll have to learn how to run a city with limited resources to balance between the people's needs and the city's development. To deal with angry crowds on the streets, you are the one to shape the future of your people. Just remember, there is no way to make everybody happy. So there's no utopia, I guess. So there's a little bit of an intro here. I'm guessing this is intended to be the Great War. You can see war has swept the continent like a giant wave, crushing everything in its path. This kind of looks like a French World War I soldier's helmet. So basically the war has ravaged the lands. It is time to clear out the debris and heal the scars of war to hope for a better tomorrow. Okay. I do like the art style. Nobles are hereditary aristocrats who transmit their inheritance privileges. Nobles work in administrative buildings and as security agencies. I don't know about security agencies unless you're saying like they're the bosses. Okay, so we're just getting started here on day one of the campaign. You can see Sir Stanton is greeting us. I'm guessing this is kind of the tutorial that's going to walk us through this. Mr. Mayor, your assignment has been a surprise to many except me. Ooh, he's a bootlicker. Your reputation as a leader with problem-solving skills is well known in high society. Really? Okay. Back in the day, a town's head's inauguration has always been accommodated by a ball with the noble families. Where else can one meet an equal without embarrassing themselves? Am I a noble? I don't know if I am a noble. It didn't give me any background options. That would have been kind of cool if, like in Tropico, you could choose your character's background. Now, however, the circumstances have changed, and today we do not have the opportunity for rituals such as these. My name is Sir Roderick 13th in the Stanton Viscount line. The aristocracy is tired of lawlessness. I hope with all my heart with your appearance we are turning a new leaf in the town's history. The nobility has since time immemorial served as the loyal foundations of this government. Meanwhile, Mr. Rockwell, who I'm guessing is supposed to be like Norman, or not Norman Rockwell, Rockefeller maybe? I don't know. Enough, sir. Your honeyed words would convince anyone. Okay, so they're going to bicker between each other. Obviously, the guy on the left is the aristocrat. I'm guessing the guy on the right is the bourgeoisie. Okay. The occupying forces have left, but they took everything that wasn't nailed down with them. We are bankrupt. Why should we restore the palace first? We need the materials for our workers. We need the palace to basically tell people that the government exists. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is the map. You can see here Everything looks brown and bland and blah. Nothing is really in existence right now. It looks like there is a railway station up here to the north. It's a broken train station. There's a bunch of destroyed houses. Are people just living in the woods? I'm kind of confused here. Like, these folks are just like wandering around. We've got Mary Smith here, 34 years old. That's a pretty generic name. Mildred Taylor, a 33-year-old. George Taylor, a 36-year-old. Like, even the aristocrats, where the hell did they live? In the rubble, I guess? Anyway, so this is the first mission of the campaign, so we've got to rebuild the palace. To do that, we need to demolish 3 ruins and repair the palace. So it's pretty simple to demolish ruins here. We just click on the ruins. You can see here the building is so badly damaged and unfit to live in. We just right-click on the building, gets us a demolition option, left-click on the demolition, or I guess, sorry, left-click on the building, then left-click on demolition. And you can see here there's a time progress bar that's moving slowly here as time progresses. I believe you can fast forward or slow things down up here. We're currently just going on normal speed. We have to demolish 3 ruins, so we're working on the first. The next one is, I guess that's completed, but the ruins are still there. Huh? Okay. Is that a bug? Well, the houses are still there. That's a little confusing. I played this like for 10 minutes before the stream, and the houses went away when you cleared the rooms. Gonna do our third one here. Maybe they're just like really ruined, and so you have to do them multiple times. This person has a face over him. Their occupation is to walk. They have no job, no residence. Okay, so that one went away. A clear mind and a firm hand are able to solve any problem. Thank you, Sir Stanton. Yeah, the ruins idea was a decent one. You surprised me, Sir Stanton. Not every day you can hear a reasonable idea from a nobleman. We have the resources for the palace's restoration. Okay. Yeah, those buildings are still there, but the one that we cleared over here is gone. So, hey, that's cool. Now we have to repair the palace, this lovely place here. I don't know why a mayor's working out of the palace, but we'll just pretend I'm an aristocrat here. These people are dressed pretty nice for not having anywhere to live. There's a lot of people just wandering around these ruins. And the palace is fixed up. Gotta love it. Maybe they can eat cake. Okay, so the palace is cleaned up. Its glorious speeches ringing through these halls, the clinking of glasses, the flutter of ball gowns. How long ago has it been? All right, we've got a lot of urgent matters to attend to, sirs. It's time to talk economy. The treasury's empty, and without gold, we cannot produce or purchase resources. We need to tax the bourgeoisie. What bourgeoisie exists when there is no buildings, there are no jobs, there is nothing? You surprise me with your reasonable thinking. Yet again, there's just one problem with the nobility tends to forget about. The bourgeoisie is the one that moves the economy forward. Ah, yes, Mr. Rockwell, you bourgeoisie, you're a job creator. We're the entrepreneurs. With our hard work, we're creating the profits that go into developing our society. Our money fills the treasury's coffers. Okay. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Bicker. You want me to build a tax office, right? Okay, so you've got some different resources just worth calling out here. Gold is the main currency that you use in most things. You can accumulate gold with no limit. Huzzah! Then there's grain up here, which can be converted into food and alcohol. We can only store 700 of those at the moment. There's food, again, used to satisfy the nutrition of our people, and we can only store 700 of that. Alcohol is up to 700 as well, used to satisfy entertainment need of the citizens. Wood, which is used to basically build stuff and conduct researches, maximum amount of 700. We've got 697 right now, so we're pretty much at the max. Bricks allows us to build probably more advanced buildings, and then steel used to construct buildings and conduct research. So that's probably once we get a little more advanced. So we have almost a maximum amount of wood. I'm not going to go ahead and clear out any more of these buildings because the wood would probably be wasted. We can go to the laws here. You can see there's kind of a tech tree type existence here in the laws. You've got taxation, work shifts, police, migration policies, medicine, and education, and then things go down from there. We're going to go ahead and set the tax policy. We'll sign an act, and then apparently it's somewhat controversial, but it just tells me some of it's controversial, so no one's really opposed to it, though. Taxes are a key aspect of the state budget, so that's a good thing. Now we need to go ahead and build the tax office so we can start generating cash. Tax department is under the administration here, and then we can go ahead and build this, I guess, wherever we want. Does look like you want to attach it to a road. We don't have a ton of roads to choose from right now, but you can see there's some basic dirt strips going out of the palace. There's more ruins up here to the north, so I think we'll build it we're going to build it as close to the palace as possible. I guess. Why not? You know, it's a government building next to the government's town center. Banana bread's good, Glowing Boar. I'm actually might be making some banana bread after this stream, although probably wife suggested putting walnuts in it, but I think we're going to do some dark chocolate chips. Maybe we'll put some walnuts in there also, but probably with dark chocolate chips. Okay, so buildings can only function properly when they're connected by a road to the central square. We've already made sure that it's connected here. And now we've got Jack Dawn showing up. What the devil? We don't have work, and yet you already want to tax us. I thought we were taxing the bourgeoisie. You, sir, I'm assuming are the proletariat. Here it is. The nobleman saying the taxes are only for the bourgeoisie for now. Perhaps some inspectors being overzealous. I'll sort it out. We're all in dire straits here. Oh yes, I see how absolutely devastated you are with your exotic clams and dancers from overseas. Such a disaster. You guys, none of you have houses or anything like that right now. Oh, but Jack didn't know I was here. The mayor. Sorry for this interruption. My name is Jack Dawn. My comrades have chosen me to represent the interests of the working people. Yeah, maybe I should be building like housing for the working people. I could do that in a sandbox game, not the tutorial or campaign or whatever this is. Okay, don't be an ass, nobleman. The town is in ruins. We need a lot of wood to rebuild the basic infrastructure. That means we'll need to build a sawmill. Can you convince your boys to get to work? As if we have a choice. The people would agree to anything right now if they can only feed their families. I don't really see a lot of trees to feed a sawmill. Like, this is a pretty desolate land. There's no big forest to go with. All right, so it wants me to build a sawmill, I guess. Honestly, I could probably produce all the wood I need just by clearing out this rubble. But I think I have to build a sawmill. So we go to the resources tab here. You can see taxes. There's no stock market yet, but it looks like that'll be an option. Tax office is not corrupt yet, but presumably that's something that'll increase. Tax efficiencies at 100%. Business efficiencies at 100%. Tax rates currently set to medium, which is 0.7 gold per pair. There are 114 gold per hour being generated by our taxes. So, and 50% of the taxes are being evaded. There's also the ability to set a noble tax rate and a worker tax rate, but we have to pass tax acts to do that. So that's cool. Laws, I can't do anything else here, I don't think. We have to wait a little while because we just passed the taxation law. You can only pass laws every so often. Roads, we could build more. I'm not sure where it makes sense. Like, I don't know how I want to set up my zones here yet. In terms of where do we want the industry to be? Where do we want the government buildings to be? Ooh, I do like the look of the palace at night. Looks cool. But I think for now, we'll build a road down this way. And then we'll build a sawmill down here. Injury chance 0.05%. Production per shift 480 wood. Spend per shift 480 gold, I'm guessing. It's going to cost 900 gold and 300 wood, I believe, to produce. So it should be connected to the road. Press R to rotate. Oh, okay. So you can see that part of the sawmill has to be connected to the road. All right, we'll do this. We'll put it here. It's kind of down near the forest. I don't know that it matters, but it kind of feels like it might just turn wood out of thin air. I'm not sure. There's just there's no forest around here for it to chop the wood. So I don't know if it's like import. Whoa. That's kind of cool. So this is, people are just sleeping around campfires. Man, this is bleak. They're all just like, we're camping out. Let's just go lay down and sleep next to these fires. It's almost like an army's campfires. Everybody's running for the fires. Look at that. They're just like, I gotta get me a spot near the fire. I don't know why they talk like that. Ooh, this guy's really booking it. Where's he going to? Oh, he's just gonna lay down there. I can't click on anyone while they're asleep. It doesn't look like. All right. See, you're very eager to restore your business to its former situation. The conditions are harsh, but idling around would be harsher. At least we're being paid a bit so we can make ends meet. Factories that produce resources consume gold during a work shift. When the gold runs out, the production stops. You can suspend the production in order to save some gold. All right, let's take a look here. So I guess it just turns gold into wood. 10 workers. See, this is something that I really like about the original Tropico that I see missing here. I like that we have employees. I like that they have names. It should cost money to operate, but there really should be some sense of economic or environmental degradation with buildings like a sawmill where you've got to chop down wood, as opposed to just like producing wood out of thin air. That's a little bit disappointing. It's not the work day. I do like that. So like people do sleep at night and things like that. We have one worker who is sick or gravely ill, it looks like. I think they're gravely ill, not sick. So one worker is gravely ill. Doesn't tell me who. I don't know if there's any way to. So 10 of our 49 workers are employed, 39 are unemployed. 5 of our 25 nobles are employed, 20 are unemployed, and 25 of our bourgeoisie are unemployed. Population is at 99, so I guess the gravely ill person is no longer considered alive? Or at least not part of the population? I do love these kind of games where you can just like click on an individual and get their information. And their stats. I don't know what damage means. The damage they inflict in the fight. Okay. Wait, we have one unburied corpse? Where the hell is that? Why can't I like right click on it to find where they are? That would be cool. Okay, the fires are going out. These people are still asleep. I hope they didn't all die. And now let me get my umbrella and walk back to the palace. Okay. Where's the unburied corpse? New citizens have arrived. Oh, great. Just what we need. More people. We have 2 sick workers and 1 gravely ill. We have 1 unburied corpse. And I have no idea how to figure out where that is. Every day is divided into working shifts. There's free time and rest time. Factories produce resources during the working shift. The residents attend public institutions in their free time and sleep during the rest time. So that's cool. The day's divided into 3 phases: working, leisure, and sleep, by the looks of it. Yeah, Baldwin, it's just like Jesus said, turning gold into food. Or wood in this case. Or was that water into wine? Same difference. I could demolish the buildings. I'm just wondering if they're actually resources I'm supposed to use later on. All right, so he's more optimistic. We need grain. We need to restore the railroad. Only centralized deliveries of grain from the surrounding farms will let us avoid starvation. Okay, so this is clearly going to be a city. We're not going to be building farms. So it wants us to repair the train station. How much is that? I need 300 more wood. So we are building wood, but I can also clear out some of this debris. So let's go ahead and clear some of these wood piles. That'll give me some free wood, and then maybe one more of these demolished buildings. I do like how you just literally click and then hit demolish, and then it'll just queue up your orders to the next order, and then it just works through them. And if you want to cancel the order, you just click on it and then choose to stop the order. I think that's a nice queuing system. All right, we'll go ahead and repair here. It's going to cost 900 gold and 400 or 300 wood. That'll take place after the next demolition here. So it's a pretty basic resource system. There's not a ton of resources to choose from. I imagine since we don't have anything like coal or anything like that, we're not going to be mining or, you know, farming. Like you could theoretically, grain is a thing, but it sounds like you're just going to be shipping grain in from outlying areas, which is fine. It's a pretty small town based on the amount of rubble. Now we have 6 sick. See, how do I... there's got to be a way you can see like a list of your population. Too bad your connections couldn't help. Trains are good, but we don't have any coal, so they need wood. If we run out of it, the supplies will stop and we'll have to go without food again. Okay, so apparently trains consume wood, which I guess is a thing. Like some trains did, right? Or they, in theory, could to keep the steam up. It's the main source of grain for your city. Trains consume wood for each trip. You can upgrade trains to increase their grain. Or it'll increase wood consumption as well. Okay. So if we click on here, we also... nobody realized that the people aren't horses and can't eat raw grain. Okay. Did your wife forget how to cook? My wife is busy clearing out the ruins. She doesn't have time for cooking. Well, in that case, we'll need to build a grain processing factory as well. Planning to eat at the same table with commoners, rich people will require separate institution. That's right. I assure you it'll be much more profitable. Okay. The city residents have 3 needs: nutrition, health, and entertainment. Public institutions can be built. Dissatisfied needs reduce resident happiness. So we have 5 more workers. I believe these are all noble people working at the train facility here, or the train station. So we now have 10 nobles working. I guess the nobles are just sort of the civil servants, which works in some sense, but not in others. You can see the train here is braking. It looks like it's got 2 cars. Is this person leaving? Or they're just hungry. Anyway, we need to build a food factory, build a peg house, a bistro, and feed the people. We shall feed the people. All right, so if we have a factory down here, I guess this is going to be our factory row. So let's go ahead and construct a food factory down here. Rotate this just opposite of the lumber mill. That way, if you need a little bit of sawdust to mix in with the food, you know, you've got fresh supply right there. I don't know why it looks like a barn. Like it's just a barn, like with a silo. It's a very weird setup there. Corzent, thanks for the follow. Ponkus, thank you for the follow as well. All right, so we've had 2 unburied corpses now. I don't know where these people are, but they're dying. Supposedly cooking oil has sawdust in it. I've never heard of cooking oil having sawdust in it. Didn't like the pink sludge or like the rumor was like different burgers or like meats can have like filler like sawdust in it sometimes. Blah, blah, blah. Stop your arguing, you asses. All right, so the food factory's built. What the hell's a peg house? Also, we need to do something with laws soon, I guess, right? Peg house. Provides food for the workers. All right, let's put this one. I guess this section over here is just going to be the workers' paradise, I guess. Watch that building. And I think we'll put the ritzier people over here near the government buildings and such. So we'll build the bistro over here. I'm not really sure. Hey, we think of the common folk. You don't see that often. Okay. Just chill, you guys. Public institutions earn gold for each visitor they serve. They require gold, food, and alcohol to operate. Public institutions bring a profit only if they serve a lot of visitors during a shift. We're feeding the people. Employees, are they common folk? Yeah, it looks like the workers here serve the workers. So we've got almost half employment with our workers. Our nobles are about a third employed. None of our bourgeoisie are doing anything yet. Come get your food. Just in case you need to do the frostpunk, there's sawdust across the way. Yeah, you know. I will say that, like, this game, at least in concept, feels a little bit like Frostpunk in the sense that, like, it's about dealing with social strife and adverse circumstances. Obviously, Frostpunk takes that to an extreme, being it's like an ice age. But in this game, the idea is more of just general social strife. Okay, so we've built the bistro for the rich people, and that next task is complete. We probably should build some housing here, right? We need to discuss something, Mr. Mayor. Now that starvation doesn't threaten us, we can process extra grain into alcohol. This is much more profitable than food production. What do you say? Alcohol licenses or monopoly? Tell us, Rockwell, what's your angle this time? The poor people are quite primitive. Their interests don't venture beyond a pint of beer and a pub brawl. But if they don't have that, they'll get drunk on moonshine and have the brawl in front of your windows. Is that what you want? Of course not. Ah, so we need bread and circuses to appease the common folk. At the bottom of the screen, there's icons for problems faced by residents of the city. If these problems are not solved, the residents will start protesting. Like the sick and gravely ill. What do we need to do with laws now? I can do new laws. Do we need a police department yet? It's not telling me to do that. We'll hold off there. So they want me to build an alcohol factory, an ale house, or cabaret and serve some visitors. So we'll keep the factory theme going down here in the lower portion of the map. Again, people are getting sick and dying, but I don't see where they are, and I don't know what to do with them. Still just taxing that. Railroad. What is maintenance? Like, oh, so I can upgrade it. Okay. Does it fall apart? The train deterioration increases with each trip. To reduce deterioration, it's necessary to repair it regularly. Okay. There is some corruption at the train station now. Still working at 100%. Let's go ahead and build an alcohol factory. It'll be right next to all of this. So again, we're building our nice little industrial section of the town. And then I think we will also build... Let's go ahead and clear some of this stuff out. We'll also build a ale house. I don't have enough wood for that yet, but we will shortly. It's an 11-bit game. Yeah, I mean, Frostpunk is... I think the vibe of Frostpunk is very depressing. It also looks like construction. No, it doesn't stop. Construction still goes during the night hours, the non-working hours. An alcohol distillery? What in the blazes? The rich can't get out without getting drunk. Oh, sorry, Jack. I didn't say who we built the alcohol factory for, you jerks. All I did was build it. I need more wood. We have 87 people who are hungry. 2 are starving. We probably need more than one peg house then, right? Let's put an ale house right here too. Can I? Oh, it's too narrow for a road? No, wait. Stop the construction. Halt. I hope I get those resources back. All right, we'll build a little bit of a road there. And then the ale house can go right on the road. I don't want like everything to be off one road in each direction. Meanwhile, do I have enough resource to build a cabaret as well? I do. So our cabaret will be right next to our bistro here. So we're building a little rich section over here. We're building a poor section over here. Don't worry, I'm keeping the riches and the poors away from each other. Okay, so now we need to probably build some housing. I don't know what laws it wants me to go with. I also don't know how much grain this uses per day. 480? Holy bajubas. I don't even know what that... Gotta keep the poors down, one of the rich. I don't know what direction the wind goes. We now have 57 starving, or 50 hungry people, 45 starving, 8 dead, 30, or 8 gravely ill, 30 sick. We have 40 depressed people, 73 sad people, 2 unburied corpses, and 147 homeless people. Well, why do more people keep showing up? New residents arrive in the city every day. Why? What are you coming here for? There's nothing for you here. I need more wood for the houses. Demolish this stuff. While we wait. While we wait, while we wait, while we wait, we'll clear out the rich people section of town of all this rubble. Death by disease. Oh no, Mildred Taylor. I remember clicking on her. She died. 'Tis a sad day. I really wish there was a way to click on this and like see a list of the people who are suffering said conditions. I've got no idea where all these dead bodies are. Rough temperament event. A stableman saw a nobleman hit his wife and stood up for her. The situation ended in a brawl. The aristocrat demands that the stableman be punished. I can treat my wife however I desire. Oof. Servants have no right to tell their masters how to behave, and especially no right to assault us. How could I stand idly by? Our mistress is an angel. She doesn't deserve such treatment. The master is too hot-headed. If I hadn't interfered, God knows how this would have ended. Ooh. Well, my heart is with you, stableman. Noble loyalty will rise if I punish the stableman. Okay. Well, listen, when everybody's starving, there's a lot more of the workers than there are the nobles at the moment. So we're going to punish the nobleman. Worker loyalty up 10, nobles down by 10. About time. Every time Master's blood boils, he turns feral. Good thing you reined him in. How dare you interfere in our marital life, and especially support some stable boy who thinks he has a right to judge my actions. Well, sorry, nobleman, you shouldn't hit your wife. I wonder if pollution is a thing. Looks like there's some smoke coming off the smokestack. All right, we need to build houses probably, and maybe another place to feed the people. But let's go ahead and we got some wood houses here. They can accommodate workers. Dead body in the street increases chance of disease. Graveyard and funeral services are required to bury the dead. Each burial spends gold. I feel like this tutorial isn't keeping up with what's actually happening here. So we're gonna build that house. It's not going to be on a road quite yet. All right, we'll build that road. Go ahead and build a second wood house here. All right, so we're at our food limit. Okay. We're building some houses for our peeps. That should be enough for 40 workers. That's not quite enough for everybody. We're not eliminating homelessness or anything, but it'll help. What else are we building right now? It says that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, I think I'm still demolishing some of this stuff. I guess we should... Oh, is that where the dead body is? Oh, it's a nobleman. One of our 8 dead people is a nobleman. Ah! He's just outside the tax office. Starving. He's not dead yet. Oh, death by disease. Okay. I'm not dead yet. All right, we should build a graveyard or something, right? I don't see any options for that. Do I have to tutorial, you're really letting me down here. Medicine unlocks the hospital, but I can't bury anyone yet. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for today's episode. This was part 1 of a live stream which I did on my Twitch channel from a couple of days ago. This is the first look at Kapital, Sparks of Revolution, a new... It calls itself an economic simulation game. It's a new kind of city builder with class politics built into it. It's developed by Lapovich team and it is published by 1C Entertainment. Looks really interesting so far. We're still in the early days of the campaign, if you will, but I'm enjoying myself with this game. It comes out on April 28th. So in a couple of days here, but I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts below and we will continue this probably tomorrow. Until then, though, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'm out.